Hello and welcome to my channel. Spring has definitely sprung here. I always feel sorry for the daffodils. They bloom so early before we've even had time to clean up the yard, so they always look so lovely popping up among all the dead stuff left from winter. Today I have a quick video using food that I had on hand to make quick and easy meals using real food and resisting the urge to order takeout. Here's some of the seeds that I started for this year's garden. I can't wait to have fresh vegetables to make meals with this year. To start off this week's easy meals, we are having breakfast for dinner. And coming at you straight from the freezer section are the biscuits and the pancake corn dogs. First, I got the sausage started in the skillet, and then I added a couple of tablespoons of flour to the undrained cooked meat. This will act as your thickening agent in your sausage gravy. So you just want to mix that in and cook it for a few minutes until the flour flavor cooks out of the mix. Once the flour is completely cooked in and blended in with the meat, then you will add milk right to the pan. My rule is that I just cover the whatever amount of sausage I'm using and go with that. Some people measure it out. It would be probably about 3/4 of a cup if you measured it. I'm adding a little bit of salt to counteract that flour taste. And now I'm getting some butter started in this pan for some scrambled eggs. I always crack my eggs directly into the pan and scramble them that way, adding a little bit of milk to it. So the sausage gravy is starting to bubble. That's what you want to see. You want to give it a stir every now and then so you have nothing sticking to the bottom. Otherwise you may have a scalding on the bottom and a thin runny gravy on top. So I started cracking the eggs into the pan after the butter was melted. And then I had Bill come in and take over with the scrambling part of this while I tended to the gravy and the biscuits to make sure that I wasn't burning anything. And then the gravy was at pretty much a full boil, which is what you want. When you turn this down, it will thicken up. And sorry, here you get a shot of our trash for whatever reason. Our next meal is hamburgers and french fries. I just made the meat patties and added some of the Kinder's blend to it, which is salt, pepper, and garlic. This was a very simple and fast meal. Another day of work, coming home and not knowing what to make for dinner. So a no-brainer. So we just fried these up in our skillet and cooked them to whatever desired doneness we like, which we like our burgers well done. And I made some fries and the last handful of tater tots in the oven. And here's mine. I had tomato, cheese, relish, mustard, and ketchup with mine. The next day we had crock pot beef stew, or vegetable beef soup, whatever we called it that day, I don't remember, but we just had some stew meat, some potatoes, some celery, carrots, a packet of brown gravy, the Kinder's or Kinder seasoning, a can of corn, a can of petite diced tomatoes, some rosemary, and some Worcestershire sauce. So this is really easy to put together. You just basically dump everything into the crock pot and let it go. I did not drain the liquid from either of the cans. I just used that liquid as part of the broth. And here I am going in with no cutting board. We don't eat celery very often, so I just could not see what I would use celery for if I bought a whole package of stock, so I just bought these little snack pack ones. I'm pretty sure they cost the same amount as buying a whole package of celery, but I knew I wouldn't use it and it would go to waste. So these smaller packages worked out just fine. After everything was added to the crock pot, I just turned it on low and let it go for 6 hours. And when we came home from work, this was ready for us to have for dinner. I made some Jiffy cornbread to go with it. I intentionally left the broth in this a little on the soupy side so that I could put my cornbread right in it and sop up all of that juice. Otherwise, I may have added some cornstarch to, or more gravy packets to make it a thicker stew. But this is just how I wanted it this time. And this was our finished beef stew. And next we have crock pot chicken teriyaki. I just put some boneless, skinless chicken breasts into a crock pot and added the Kinder's blend and some teriyaki sauce. I had this sauce in my fridge and thought, hey, what can I make with this? And so this is what I came up with. This was another work day, so I just put it in the crock pot and forgot about it. I put it on high for 4 hours. Did end up working over, so it actually cooked for about 6 or 7 hours. After I returned home from work, I just chopped up some fresh broccoli and put it in a pan with 2 tablespoons of olive oil and began to saute that In another small pan, I added some minute rice. I did not have the patience to cook real rice on this day, so I had some minute rice on hand, so I decided it was going to be a minute rice kind of day. I also added some water to this broccoli so that it could get some steam and cook a little faster. Once this broccoli is cooked to the tenderness that we wanted it to be, then I added the rice and more of the seasonings to this mixture. I added a little bit of the teriyaki sauce here. After I get this rice mixed in with the broccoli, then I'll add the chicken and make this a true one-pot meal. This could have all been made in the crock pot, but I was not around to watch it or add the rice midway. I also didn't have that much time, or I wasn't awake at 7 in the morning to I didn't feel like chopping up all the broccoli then. If I had meal prepped, that would have been a different story, but that seems to be one of my issues. But I still try to get real food on the table, so using the crock pot to help in some of it really saves me some time and some sanity. So here Bill is just helping me pour the contents of the crock pot into the pan, and the chicken had cooked so long it was literally just falling apart as we were adding it to the pan. Now this was a super easy and quick meal, and it was a hit with the family. I felt it had like too much meat in it, but there were no complaints, and it was food, it was dinner, and it wasn't a lot of effort or time. And I did not get a picture of this on plates, but honestly it looked exactly like it did in the pot. We didn't make anything to go with it, and this was our dinner for that night. And this is the end of the video. We had real food all week, fast and easy meals. If you enjoyed these recipes and you want to see more, make sure that you hit the subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching.